to Euron, cast your mind back. Bordeaux, and all of you were in Bordeaux.
Yes.
That magical day.
On a beautiful day, almost 12 months ago.
Absolutely, yeah.
What was your memories?
Well, for myself, it was the start of a long journey for being a Welshman. There's a lot of highs, a lot of lows.
That's like the best 4 or 5 weeks of my career.
Amazing atmosphere, obviously, for the first game in the major championships.
It was such a special day. It's almost as if it was a complete and utter dream.
You never thought you'd ever be there.
We gathered us like one of the pubs, and all of a sudden there was more and more and more.
Oh, everyone shared it, everyone felt part of it, and I wanted to share it with everyone else.
And it was a peak of supporting Wales.
Got on the beer quite early.
I want you to take me through the whole day, start to finish. Build it all, the picture again. We're going to start with the morning. Tell me about what happened in the morning. What did you do? What did you feel like?
Woke up, there's about 40 odd of us thing on there. So we woke up, all got a bit of breakfast and all, started drinking straight away really. We flew in via Amsterdam, so we got to Bordeaux the day before the game. Sort of mulled about in Bordeaux, saw people come in and go in, and the Welsh Army came in.
Oh, I got in Bordeaux at 8:30 on a Friday morning after a 21-hour bus journey. And in the night, I can't remember because I was out cold.
And we'd had a heavy session in Heathrow the night before, so the trainer from Toulouse, we weren't allowed to drink, which was a good thing.
I got there the Thursday night on a plane, met him Monday morning after the bus and he was hanging. And then we just drank all day.
There's actual photos. We got a bus in to Bordeaux.
Got up, red shirts on, into town. Like going into Bordeaux and you literally the whole street across the river is just red. It's like a sea of red. It was just red everywhere.
When you were walking down the street and turning a corner and just seeing that wall of red, best feeling ever, isn't it?
You look at the Dutch and the orange, the impact they have in tournaments, and all of a sudden we were there and the red wall was there, you know. So
I think everyone from Wales was over there that day.
There was just Welsh people everywhere.
Even if you didn't have a match, I think everyone just went over there for it. The whole of Bordeaux was like literally just red.
it was quite emotional, really.
And the fact of actually once, we're actually there.
To be honest, I think we've waited all our lives for it, really.
As we're driving into the towards the stadium, there were just Welsh fans everywhere.
Getting the tram then into the stadium from all the bars and all, and you literally couldn't even move, could you?
We were like this on the tram, everyone singing.
Yeah, they were inside the bus. You could hear them singing on the buses from inside our own bus.
And you get to the stadium, and it was just a sea of red.
The biggest thing for me was walking into the stadium and the concourse. You could actually see into the stadium. Oh, we walked in, didn't you? And then you look over. You could just look over this little banister.
And it was only then when you got into the stadium and saw the certain little visual cues, like what became known as the Red Wall, as Gareth christened them.
And seeing the Welsh flags, 50% of the stadium with all the sort of towns and villages, it was like, we here.
You know, we've been used to watching it on television.
We literally had nearly all the stadium, didn't we?
I don't know how many there, but it seemed like a home game. There must have been 25,000, I'm not quite sure exactly.
Huge smile on their faces, and we were the same, you know, the journalists who've covered Wales have done so for a long time, and there was an excitement there from them as well, and couldn't wait.
That's the best stadium I've ever been to.
Everyone will talk about the anthem because it is a stirring part of any football occasion. We're always proud to sing it, and we always say how well the fans do.
Chris has said it many times about wanting to remain in that moment. If you could, you'd remain in that moment.
For 6 months before, I sort of prepared myself for crying through the anthem.
You just sing it from the heart.
The anthem was special. Everyone was crying.
We sung, and I have never, ever, ever heard the anthem like that before.
I've never seen so many old people crying, old men crying.
I cried before, I cried after, but during the anthem, you just give it 100%, and it was like...
We were all in tears, everyone around us.
We were all hugging each other, crying and stuff.
I love the players singing that anthem. Standing there singing the national anthem with them, my hands around them, and turn around and say to them what an achievement it is to be there. Absolutely fantastic.
Goosebumps all up my back, neck, everything.
You know, we've seen England do this for years, you know, and all of a sudden this is our time.
And the proudest moment for me, and I'll be honest with you as a man, I'll be proud enough to say I shed a tear.
And it was just that moment you realised we are here, and how lucky personally I was and those who were there.
That moment of singing the national anthem in a major tournament was the realisation of the dream.
And there was no massive expectation.
And whatever happened next, it didn't matter, because we had got there and we had earned that right to experience it.
Whatever happens today, we've actually made it to a tournament, so even in the conversations beforehand was, if we can score a goal today, it's going to be magnificent, you know.
The squad and Coleman in particular, they were sort of battling with that a little bit because, yes, they knew what that meant. They knew that why people were saying like that, but at the same time, they weren't there just to take part. They were serious about it, and as much as they were enjoying it, and they enjoyed every minute of it, they wanted to do something in that tournament, and of course we all know what happened.
One of the biggest memories was the clearance off the line by Ben Davies, and I think some people underestimate the impact that had on the tournament as a whole.
Well, 2-3 minutes.
Like one of the best clearances you'll ever see.
That one, and I thought they were going to score.
Goal line clearance off the line, that's what it means, passion, right there.
If we'd gone behind in the first 7 or 8 minutes, it would have shaped the tournament in a completely different way.
It was almost a certain goal for them.
And then Gareth Bale on, 11 minutes, strike out a free kick like he does.
Just seemed to be our day. We're there for the first time.
Johnny Williams won that free kick brilliantly.
As soon as it left his foot, the keeper sort of took a step to the left, and you can see the ball going to the right. So
We almost got into trouble in the press box because, of course, we jump up and down when we score.
So the release when our goal was scored, and it was kind of...
Are they going to sort of crumble on the big stage? That was gone there and then in that moment.
I was thrown 30 foot down the steps when we scored that first goal.
It just went mental. Yeah. The stadium went crazy. Just a wave of red, wasn't it?
You can't buy that, can you?
It's the dream come true, Jess.
This is what we wanted, a goal to celebrate, and obviously we winning in Bordeaux, you know, so it was enormous.
Slovakia got on top second half.
Yeah, it was good, and then they equalised, didn't they? I think it was a bit of a lull when they scored. And then we was like, oh, it's back to reality now, so... I think it's kind of back to Wales, this is what we do.
They deserve the equaliser, fair play to them, and then...
I always think of what's going to happen next.
To be fair, we're up against a good side in Slovakia.
I always thought we'd recover from the equaliser.
They got themselves back into their own flow. And
substitutions, Robson-Kanu came on and basically changed the game.
Last 15-20 minutes, we attacked and Robson-Kanu scored, and then it was party like it's 1999, isn't it?
I just had faith in the team.
Obviously, fantastic play that put Ramsey through.
Joe Ledley plays an important role in that, and he come off the bench, obviously an incredible story for himself.
Felt that Robson-Kanu, and as he hit the ball, the keeper was going one way, and you could see the ball trickling in. And
Lucas goal, they all count. They all count.
I mean, if he did it properly, he probably would have skied it.
It's like reaching your full potential for once.
Welsh hero.
Well, the whole place just absolutely erupted.
You know, you could see even from our distance that it wasn't the best of connections, but it didn't matter, it was going in the net. And again, there was sort of like you grab the arm of the writer next to me and sort of shaking it, going.
It was just holding on then, and I think we knew we'd won the game then in reality.
I think what happened with that game in particular, I think it made the players realise that they were part of something special.
No one left the stadium, did they, for about 10 minutes after, minimum.
Oh, well, we didn't want to leave the stadium, did we? It was, you know, we just wanted to stay at the stadium and just revel in the moment of our first win in a major tournament for best part of 60 years.
It felt as though he was slightly out of place. It felt as though it wasn't something that we should be doing because we hadn't done it up until that point.
I can remember people like Ewan Roberts and Rob Phillips coming down from their commentary positions. We just hugged each other really because, you know, we knew how big that was.
Amazing time.
How many strangers did you hug that day?
Oh, millions.
Walking back, and they were just like, oh my God, we're finally here. And
Cookie led it from the front, got his tactics spot on.
Don't Take Me Home. That was the song of the Euros, really.
But Bordeaux was amazing. It was the best. I think it was the best weekend I've ever had.
It was just really special to be part of it.
That atmosphere was fantastic, no trouble.
And everyone was just so up for it. And like,
definitely the best anthem, wasn't it? Definitely the best anthem.
It was the best atmosphere at all the game I went to.
In the past, we've had some issues with Cardiff-Swansea, but on the day, there was Cardiff flags next to Swansea flags. Everybody was talking to each other, and the buzz was phenomenal, really.
Set the nation up, didn't it? Set the nation up perfectly for the next game.
Well, it's the most special game because, like, I think it's been so long since they qualified, and then for that first game in Bordeaux, I think everyone's just building up to that since Bosnia away.
But in terms of an event, of an occasion, of what it meant, what it stood for, I don't think there's anything bigger.
That match day was incredible.
Inside those 24 hours, whether it was the scenes around the city or whether it was the game itself, or for me, that anthem, that was when it really struck home for me.
I wouldn't blame anybody for lying that they were in Bordeaux. It was one of those kind of momentous moments in Welsh history that I think I'll be speaking about until I die, to be honest with you. So it's one to talk about.